But before you answer that, let me
Oh,
just...
you look like you ready to it.
Okay, so the next question is homegrown or international. So would you prefer local teams or national teams to pick homegrown players or international players? Or would you have a problem with that as well?
I don't have a problem with it, but I definitely think that we should really empower more homegrown talent. I mean, if you look at Germany and Spain, you know, it's very rare that they would go out and, you know, seek talent elsewhere. Like, don't get me wrong, they do it, but it's not like they don't solely rely on that. Like, what they have in-house, they nurture that and they develop that and they push them out. And I think if you look at Chelsea as the prime example, they have some fantastic young English talent, and in my eyes, I'm not just saying this as a Chelsea fan, but if you looked at them at the World Cup this year, some of those players are more than good enough to play for Chelsea. It's just 100%. Unfortunate they're at Chelsea where they're not going to get that opportunity, so they're forced to go on loan. So I'll definitely say homegrown over an international.
I would say maybe you have to find the right balance, because it's nice to have obviously homegrown talent, but having international players, they might bring a different level of experience. Obviously they might have been in the game a lot longer than a lot of these homegrown players, so you can learn a lot from the homegrown players can learn a lot from those guys. So just having the right, you know,
dynamic
balance and that mix in the team, I think will only benefit even the homegrown players and the team overall. So I might have to go with international.
You're not giving yourself a chance.
That's not gonna
I'm going international, so it's all about you know, mixing it up.
Because when I look at teams like PSG and I look at countries like France, they have a lot of like young, exciting talent. Hence the reason I brought the question up. Okay, so should players play for their country of origin or the country they reside in? Would you say? Very controversial.
Of origin, it's very controversial, but of origin. The reason is that obviously you want to represent the country where your parents come from, because obviously you need to know about, you know, the struggle, how things came about. It's just, for me personally, it's just a matter of pride. You know, your parents watching you, knowing that that's my son, he's playing for the country, his own country. You know, I don't believe that because, for example, I was born in the United Kingdom, so automatically I need to play for England. No, I feel like I should represent my parents' country, because that's ultimately where I come from. At the end of the day, even though I was born in, like, for example, you know, the UK. But I'm definitely think you should play for your country of origin, your background. You know, where your parents came from. That's where you should be. You know, that's the team that you should represent, really. But you know, it's up for debate. Other people might not believe what I'm saying. But
I need this man over here. So I would say I more so have a lax policy on that. So like, if you are, let's just say, Ghanaian and you was born in England, like, you should have the option to play for either or. Like, if you look at Iwobi is a prime example where he was tipped to get an England club, but he chose against going for England and he opted for Nigeria. And I think one of those reasons why he opted for Nigeria is just simply because of opportunities. You know, if you look at the England squad and how many fantastic England players you have there, like, competition is fierce. And I'm not like, no disrespect to like the Nigerian team, because they have some fantastic players and developed some amazing players over the years. But I'd say Iwobi has more opportunities to become a better player playing for Nigeria than he would do for England. So I definitely feel that they should have the option, whether if they have like 3 countries where they're tied to, at least you have 3 options to go into. But that's just my standpoint.
Do you think you'd have more pressure playing for England than you would for Nigeria? Or because either way, for example, if you're from Nigeria and you're playing for them, like, when you get back home, they will give you the bollocking. So is it like a balanced amount of pressure, or do you think one?
I think it's balanced across all borders, man. So like, even if you are a Nigerian-born player and you live in England and you go back to Nigeria and you play rubbish, like
Yeah.
you're gonna get cussed out in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even if you don't go back to Nigeria,
yeah,
if you don't go back to Nigeria, you're gonna get cussed out whilst you're in England
Yeah.
by people from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Like,
It doesn't matter.
Fair
yeah, it's
enough.
safe.
Move on to the next question. So how important do you think it is for footballers to learn the business element of things, or to participate in, when participating in sport? Because often when they sign contracts or they're negotiating, they're not really aware of the sponsorship or what they're getting themselves into. Some at high levels may find it a bit intimidating, and for example, when you're negotiating, you may sell yourself short. That's why they have agents. But at the same time, when they have agents, the agents are taking part of their money. So do you think it's important to have that background knowledge, especially in business, when moving into that football atmosphere or sphere?
I'd definitely say it's important. I mean, like, I've had an agent myself, and you know, he's taken a percentage.
Yeah.
But I was a lot younger then, so
Yeah.
like now, you know, if I was to ever get back into that professional realm, I'd be a lot more clued up and really know the ins and outs. So it kind of depends on like the kind of stage that you're at within your career. Like, there's some people who are actually like 30 and like they still need agents to kind of handle their affairs because they just can't personally do it themselves. Or you get some people who are really astute and like they handle their deals, like they know, right, this is how much I want.
Yeah.
This is, you know, the T's and C's. I understand everything. Cool, I'm going to sign the dot. So for me anyway, I definitely think that you should be switched on regardless of age
Yeah.
or current climate of situation. Definitely. So definitely to have that balance and have that understanding is important.
Yeah, just to echo what Shameek said, yeah, you definitely need to know kind of the ins and outs of a lot of the business dealings that are going on, you know, in football, because you could sell yourself short. Like,
Yeah.
you might sign something, you have no clue on what the clauses of the contract are or whatnot. But yeah, having an agent, having a good agent as well, I feel like is paramount, is very important. I mean, I don't have one myself, but I feel like maybe in future, if I do decide to obviously have an agent on board, I need to know that he's definitely handling business, you know,
Yeah.
up to the highest standard. Otherwise, obviously, I'll have to do it myself.
When you're ready, you can hire me.
Alright, the penultimate question. So do you think footballers should diversify the portfolio, their assets? Because we often hear a lot of players going broke after they've finished their career or after they're retired. Or if they're good enough, they go to the commentary side, they go to the pundit side, depending on their knowledge, of course. So for players that retire, do you think it's important for them to have like a backup career or build their next future career while still playing football?
Yeah, I think it's pivotal.
Yeah.
You know, football can only take you so far, and
Yeah.
you know, you can retire at 24. Like,
Yeah.
you're one tackle away from like your career just finishing. So it's definitely good to have that plan A and that plan B and that plan C and etc. etc. Just because football is it's such a hostile environment. It's such a hostile industry. Like, you could get released the next day and you might not find a club for the rest of your days. So for me, like, when I got released, lucky enough, you know, I had my mum in my corner and I had loads of different interests which I wanted to pursue. And lucky enough, you know, I'm in a position to pursue all my dreams and, you know, try to make them come true. And I think it's equally important for everyone who's not only in a professional capacity, but whether it's be semi-pro, amateur, is always have a plan B, plan C, and basically just chase your dreams.
Yeah.
And just see where it goes, because, you know, you don't want to finish your career and you look back and you know you've got all these trophies in your house, but you've got a house that you can't pay for.
Yeah.
So eventually you're gonna have to sell your house and you're gonna have to sell your trophies. I mean, David James was one of the most high-profile,
Yeah.
you know, personalities that's retired, and you know he went broke unfortunately, and you know had to sell his medals on eBay. Like David James, who had England caps, who's played for multiple teams in the Premier League, you know, to be in that position and to think, you know, how much money must have he been earning throughout his career, not only just through the Premiership but just through like endorsements and other stuff on the side, and he had to start all over again.
I think it just goes to show that it doesn't really matter how much you earn, It's like what you do, like obviously what you've earned for yourself. So making the right investments, you know, trying to impact other people's lives with, you know, the fortunate position that you find yourself in. But I think it's just it comes down to education, like you said. If people don't know what to do with what they have, they're probably not gonna do anything, or they're just gonna waste it. So it's just just knowing exactly this is what I want to get myself involved in. You know, making the right sort of, you know, investments that will help, you know, yourself and your community. And just try and
because initially they're exposed to football for 10, 15 years of their life, so that's all they know is constant training.
You can get a consultant. You can just hire someone to say, listen, this is what I think you should be getting involved in, or this is quite lucrative actually. You might want to look into that. Are you interested? Or, you know, stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, football is a short career. I'll say is that 10-year max, you know, plan. So get as much as you can get from it.
Apart from
then afterwards,
Pillow and tossing.
And maybe gigs. But because it's such a short career, it's quite unpredictable as well. Like Shameek said, at 24, things can literally just the doors, or you have to just hang up your boots or whatever. So you need to have something already there that you've built, or something whilst you were playing football. Maybe you started a little business. For example, I could talk of myself. Like now I've even got a little business that I'm doing, so at least I know in my head I have something there. So if anything happens, something, you know, this career collapses, I can focus my energy on something else. You know, but it's pretty good to have another plan.
Cool. And this question is the question I usually ask most of the people that I interview near the end. So if you were to go back to your 12, 13-year-old self, or a bit younger, like what was the one advice you'd give? Would you be like, oh, Sham or Marlon, don't do this, or don't make that mistake, or do this, or try that? So what would it be? There's only like a short 5-minute pause because they're spending time thinking.
Listen, just try harder. Try harder.
Yeah.
Just work harder on your craft and on yourself, because, you know, at the end of the day, you can have so much talent in the world. Like if you don't work hard, it means nothing. And the same way, you have to be ready for when opportunity actually comes. You can't just kind of be like, oh, I'm just gonna sit around and wait for that moment or the time to happen, because it probably never come. You know, the time will just pass you by at the end of the day. But if you stay on the grind, if you just stay working, you know that there's something like coming its way, and when it does, you're gonna be ready. And so I just feel like just keep working harder. That's the only thing I tell myself if I'm young. Like, why didn't I work harder? I'll probably be where I need to be, where I want to be right now. But look, I'm 21 now, and I don't know if I'm where I exactly want to be football-wise or career-wise, but I could have just told myself, why did I just work harder when I had the chance or whatnot? But that's what I would tell myself.
My goal. What would I tell a 12-year-old or / 13-year-old Sham? I'll tell him not to bunk history. Listen, my attendance in history was like, out of 100%, definitely was like 60. But I'd definitely say, like, believe in myself more. Because when I was younger, I used to be... I'd be confident in certain situations, but, like, I don't think I believed in myself as much as other people did. So, like, I felt like people saying, look, you could do this, you could do that, but, like, you know, that feeling inside, you know, there were some things that I really felt like I couldn't do. And it took me like a long time. I think I would say maybe 19, 20, to the point where I was just like, you know what, I actually believe in my abilities. I believe that I can go on and have an impact on whatever field of work I wanted to do. So I'd definitely say, Sham, believe more.
And do you think it's harder for younger kids to kind of have self-belief because they're always like bombarded with these great people who have like great aspirations across the media, and especially when it comes to whether it be career-wise or sports-wise, like they're always bombarded with people that are doing their best, or this young talent, and it just kind of demoralizes certain people. So do you think like it's always good to maybe look up to the media or try to find yourself before people attach labels to you?
Yeah, I think you got to kind of like don't really watch or focus on what someone else is doing. It's nice to obviously say, oh, this is the person I want to kind of be like, I want to emulate their success, but don't feel attached to it. Don't feel like this is that's their journey, that's what they've done for themselves, but you know that yours is a lot different.